You know the type of guy that was a jock in high school but ended up becoming a huge nerd? You know, someone that's not afraid to make a fool of themselves on the internet. And someone that likes to shoot Polaroid a little too much. Did I say huge nerd? You know, just an ordinary, everyday guy. Well, that's me. I'm just another Chris. Ooh, welcome in. We're going to be talking about the Polaroid FLIP. Yes. I've been using it quite a bit over the last few weeks. Well, month. I'll say month. And shout out to Bliss for letting me borrow this. I'll get it back to you very soon. But welcome in. I know this is kind of a random surprise live stream, and that's because last week I was traveling. I couldn't do my live stream, and I wanted to do it yesterday, but reasons. Because I went out and shot with this. Caleb and I actually went out and shot a side-by-side comparison with the FLIP and the Sun 660. Yeah, because this is basically the Sun 660 replacement or updated version. Basically the same exact camera, but the modern version. So I wanted to go out and film that. So there is a part 2 video that I teased over the last, I don't know, month or so. Maybe even 2 months actually now at this point, of the FLIP. I did an in-depth review of the camera, but I didn't do a full in-depth real world use with the Polaroid FLIP, and I'm still working on it. And I thought, why not go live and talk about it a little bit? Because I know I get questions about it from time to time, and I'll give you a little sneak peek, a little insight, if you will, to the camera and what I've learned and experienced so far. Some of the results are a little surprising, I should say. But we got a few people in the house here. What's up, Michael? Hello from New Mexico. Looks like you're loving yours. That's awesome. It's awesome to hear. Yeah, random surprise live stream today. I just decided to go live in the morning. I'm actually going to see the movie Megan 2 soon. So I wanted to do it before I went and did that. And if I look a little red or pinkish, I got extremely sunburnt yesterday while filming the Polaroid FLIP video. You can't see it, but my shoulders right here on both sides are absolutely cooked. They are a little crispy, a little crispy. Yeah, mistakes were had, mistakes were made, and that's why my face is a little toasty. But I digress. The Polaroid FLIP, it's an interesting camera. It used to be a online Polaroid exclusive up until about now, over the last maybe week or so, more specifically. I've seen it stocked at Target, and it comes bundled with a pack of film. Actually, it might be a double pack of film. Could be wrong. I think it's a single pack though. So it was originally only released for members only, which the members only thing is kind of weird because you can sign up for free, and you're automatically given a discount on the stuff just by signing up. It's kind of worth it. Looks like Kelton, hopefully I said that right. You're also loving the FLIP camera. That's good to hear, because my results haven't been the greatest. I've gotten some good ones, but I've also gotten some not so great ones. And also inconsistencies with the focus. Those are some of the things that I've experienced with it so far. My results have haven't been the greatest. I should say the greatest. I should say inconsistent and just lackluster. Maybe that's a better way to describe my experience with it, because it's not a bad camera. It just hasn't been what I would hope it would be. You'll see in the video when it is released. I still have to edit it. And actually this morning I was working on the photos, getting them all scanned in. I'll even show you a few of them that I've gotten so far. But what I don't have are the photos that Caleb shot with the Sun 660, because he brought his and we shot it, and I gotta tell you, they beat the FLIP. That's the spoiler alert. If you want, you can watch the video when it will come out, but just so you know, the Sun 660 definitely kicked the FLIP's booty. It did so much better. Exposures were better. It's all around. It was just a better, photo results. And the film that we shot, which kind of leads into what I like ice cream masks. Why would Polaroid stop having film in Target? Because quick pin in that, which this will lead into, I promise. Yesterday we went out to go shoot these photos, but we needed some film, so we were gonna go to our standard camera shop, Blue Moon Camera, not a sponsor, but they're out in St. John's, Oregon, Portland. However, if you're from the Pacific Northwest, we have a lovely bridge that bridges Washington and Oregon, and the bridge was up because a boat was coming on through the Columbia River, so we decided not to go that direction. We just started heading north because we had our destination for filming, so we had to make some stops for film. And boy, did we have a massive struggle on finding Polaroid film. We went to, I think, 3 or 4 different retailers, could not find it. I think we found some Go film maybe at most, until we got to our second or third Target, and we found, no, I'm sorry. We went to like 2 or 3 Targets and there wasn't any film at all of them. We ended up finding film at Walmart, or a Walmart, because we went to like at least one of those as well beforehand. But as we asked an employee at Target about, hey, do you have any film in stock? They said, no, we don't. Whatever's on the shelf is what we have. And that they overheard that from some internal management that they may even be considering stopping selling film in store. My guess is due to theft, because everything's been locked up now, but people are still stealing it. Because you just ask for it out of the case and usually just hand it to you and you walk away. So the case of it being locked up is kind of a moot point. But so that's my personal theory as to why Target is stopping selling it in stores. But that's not a confirmed situation, if you will, or thing. It's just what they have overheard. There's a possibility of that happening just due to theft. So your best options really are just go support your local camera shop, film stores, or just buy directly online. Yeah, you'll have to pay shipping, unfortunately, but there's that. So once we got the film, though, the whole point of that was we wanted to shoot side by side the same film, the same batch of film, essentially, so we can do a direct comparison. So we were able to achieve that. We were able to do that. I've had difficulties with exposure readings, though. Yes, that's been my issue as well. It tends to overexpose slightly. Without exposure compensation, that is. So if you use that, that does seem to help quite a bit. But it does favor the shadows over highlights. That has been very apparent. Actually got the SLR 680 and love it. Though the flip piqued my interest. There's no real need to get the flip if you got a 680, unless you want to shoot I-type and don't want to modify that camera. Actually, that one, no, you can modify that one to shoot I-type. It'd be really expensive, but you could do that. But there's no real need to get it at this point. I would even go for an older camera. Get your classic 1-step 2. That's what I'm talking about. I love that camera. Oh wow, I had a couple missed shots, but most have been spot on. Black and white shots have been crispy. That's good to know. It's great. It's just standard, lovely Polaroid QC. Their quality control on the film itself and their products have always been kind of just all over the place. Sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you get not so great stuff. That's a shame the flip's hype didn't live up to the expectations. Yeah, it was also just kind of random that they put it out to begin with. It just seems almost unnecessary. Not that it just seems strange that they put this out. I was a little confused. Let's bring back sonar technology for one. I thought was interesting. Don't we have something better by now? As I think they use infrared type something. I'm not sure how even the Now Plus and like those cameras, or even the Go. I think the Go. How they use for their focus. People say the Go has 2 lenses in there. I've never taken it apart to find out though. All I find is iType film. Color 600 is impossible to find anywhere. Well, we were having struggles finding anything. Other than Go film, it seemed there was like a box or two still on the shelves, but like iType and 600, really difficult to find. Or when we did find some film, we did find the 5-packs. Kind of wild always that they sell film in stores in the US. I've never seen film in stores in the oh yeah, you're cut off. There it is. Where it is produced, the EU. Interesting. Well, I think the US is the their main market, their largest. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. I just buy from Brooklyn Film, or if an emergency, I go to Amazon. Yeah, I mean, I've had good luck with Amazon Film. Actually, in fact, I buy nearly exclusively my Instax film from Amazon. Better deals, and it's always worked. I've bought in Polaroid film from them as well over the years, but not a ton. I typically buy my Polaroid film from Blue Moon Camera, Targets, Walmarts, and or directly from Polaroid, but mostly locally. I pay. I got the Flip 2 weeks ago and shot 1 pack. Pictures came out amazing. That's awesome. Here, I'm going to show you a couple photos that I was able to get. I didn't pre-do this, so bear with me a second. I was scanning some things in, and I haven't quite finalized them, so they're going to look a little funky. But they'll give you the idea. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here we go. Actually, I'll start off with like a quote bad one. Okay. Yeah, hang on. Let me resize this. But come on, resize. There we go. Okay. So this one right here, I'm like, it was hot out, so ignore the classic Polaroid magenta tone colors shifts, but it is kind of blown out. This is exposure comp -1, or actually on the camera, I think it's only half directly on the camera. I think you have to go into the app itself to get a full stop, which is super annoying. But if you notice, it's blurry. It missed. It chose the wrong lens. It chose the wrong lens. I mean, it's obviously not that bad, but when you look at, say, another one, let's see here, what's another good one, or a good example? This one, maybe? Yeah, here we go. Much sharper. Look at that. Tack sharp. So, let's go back to the other one. It's soft. It missed focus. Which is pretty annoying. And again, ignore the color. It was super hot. I also just wanted to point out, so when I did this, I brought my Lomo wide glass. The colors are perfect. Look at that. Colors are perfect. No color shifts, no tones changes because of the hot weather. Even though I do like this one a little bit, but it was just hot out, and try to keep our photos cooled, but it just wasn't. It was a no-go. That's just a Polaroid thing. You have to accept it, which is really annoying. I used to have a 1-step 2. What do you mean you used to have? What happened to it? I love my 1-step 2. I'm still working on it, but I do have a video of my New York trip, and I shot with the 1-step 2 while I was there. I shot some Stranger Things film, actually, and I shot some Retnex film with it. Love that camera. The 1-step 2, fantastic camera. I love the Flip. It takes much better photos than any modern Polaroid camera. I would strongly disagree on that. I would in fact put it I would put it just a notch above the Now Plus Gen 1 and Gen 2. Maybe on par with the regular Now. But 1-step 2, 1-step Plus, Polaroid Go Gen 2 even. And then what else is there that's newish? And then the Polaroid Now Plus Gen 3, I would say, is above it. By far. Get caught up here. Ooh, I used to use Polaroid, but I rather support small businesses. I've used Amazon like twice for film. That's good, and I strongly encourage everybody to support a small business. It's very important, very, very important. And if you're buying directly from like a camera shop, typically 99% of the time they're gonna store it properly, right? They may even have it in a fridge to purchase it, and it's coming directly from Polaroid anyway. So there's a good chance that you won't have any issues. Now, Target and Walmart, they buy directly from Polaroid as well, but it's not going directly to that store. It's probably going to one of their hubs, and then to that hub to the store. Could be sitting on trucks and semis and in hot and cold weather. There could be some factors with that. Don't have to worry about any of that with Instax, because that stuff is bulletproof, so it doesn't matter if it's stored out in 100-degree weather. Polaroid, on the other hand, that is an issue. It can cause problems in the film quality. So if you're buying it directly from a camera store, their turnover is probably faster too. So it's always going to be probably fresh versus being at like Best Buy or Target. Could sit for a while after all the other things I just said. So the best results, the best stuff would be to get it from a local camera shop. And on the plus side, the little cherry on top is that you're supporting a small business. So I recommend that. What do you think the chances Polaroid is releasing a new i3 later this year? Seems like they're targeting the release. I don't think they will, at least this year. But what I hope they do is an i3 which has zoom capabilities. Being able to zoom your image would be so cool. Also, if you're hearing pounding, my neighbor is doing some construction, I think to his roof. So if you hear pounding, that's what's happening. But yeah, I don't think it'd be this year, because the i2 came out in 2023 and they just released the Flip this year and the Now Plus, like Gen 3 series. I should just say Gen 3 because there's a Now and a Now Plus. So that's 3 cameras this year already. So I don't foresee them releasing any new cameras until next year. That's my guess. That is my guess. German resident here. I usually order directly from Polaroid. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I wonder if Polaroid plan is sort of like Apple's, where the price is different between models. A couple years after that, the price will slowly creep out and get expensive. It's weird. Polaroid did the opposite on some of their stuff. So like the Polaroid Now, when it came out, it was $99, right? And then they released the Now Plus, and they raised the Now camera to $120, and then put the Now Plus at like $150. And then the Polaroid Go came out, and that was $99. They released kind of those all at the same time. Made no sense. Eventually, now they've lowered the Go to $80, just over the last, I think, year. Yeah, last year, when they brought out Gen 2, they lowered the price to $79.99 for the Gen 2 Polaroid Go. Amazon sent me a Crush black and white from third party, cheaper out of stock option. So buyer beware. It can happen. Can happen. Can happen. In Moldova, I see that there's only one other digital seller of Polaroid, but they still don't have the Flip. But they do have the Polaroid Go Gen 2 in purple. I do want the purple one. I really do. But they still have the film in stores. Yeah, I've only seen the Flip at Target. Nowhere else. Have I seen it at Walmart? I don't think so. I think it's just Target. Kind of off topic, but does anyone else have trouble connecting to the Now Plus Gen 3 in the app? Interesting. It's not really off topic. It's still on topic. I have never experienced that. I will say one of the cool things about Polaroid is that their app and their like the way they connect to cameras is unlike anything for any other product I've ever used. Stuff is flawless. It's always worked for me perfectly. I don't even have to like go into my phone settings and like try and connect. It just connects the moment you turn it on. It's pretty cool. Maybe they should abandon the sonar and make it a zone focus camera. It's possible. I mean, it's kind of a weird downgrade, but it's an interesting take. There's a Polaroid Go Gen 2. That is correct. Yes, there is a Polaroid Go Gen 2. And I love it. The Polaroid Go Gen 2 and the Lomo Instant Wide Glass has been my two favorite cameras of this year. Love it. I bought the Polaroid Go just 1 month before Gen 2 came out. Well, you know, just sell it. I agree that the Go is awesome. It got me into instant photography. It's so much fun. I got a little milk crate full of Go photos just chilling here. It gets me out shooting, or I shouldn't say gets me out. It gets me shooting things I never would have shot to begin with. I'm like, I don't want to waste film on this. But no, with the Go, it's cheaper film. I'm just blasting this stuff off. I'm taking pictures of things that I never would have thought I would. And you know, I'm not mad about it because I'm getting some cool shots. Getting off shots. Okay. I don't know if it's like this with any other Polaroid cameras. I don't remember having this issue, but I took photos at dusk while holding a sparkler with the flash on, and they came out basically black. Well, yeah, of course you would. How do I explain this? It's not a digital camera, right? It's not going to be doing auto exposure when there's a flash on, to a certain extent. It'll read the meter, but it's going to also fix the shutter at a certain rate with the flash, because at a certain point the flash can just overexpose your shot, so it's only going to go to a certain shutter speed, and it's probably 250th of a second. That's my guess. So if it's 250th of a second, that's a pretty fast shutter speed. If you're at dusk, meaning not a lot of light, right? Other than that sparkler, that's all it's putting it off. So if you're, let me go back. What'd you say? I gotta make sure. Okay, yeah. So with the flash on, yeah. So if you're using the flash on the sparkler, you might just see that because that's gonna be the brightest point in the image. The shutter is not gonna stay open long enough to capture the ambient light. Now, these cameras, if you put on a tripod, there are some options that you can do for that, which is pretty cool. Especially with the i2 camera. And you can do this with the Now Plus cameras as well, to a certain extent. But you can have the camera in manual mode and fire the flash and have the shutter stay open after the fact. So it's going to get the background, which is pretty cool. But yeah, if you're expecting to get that shot, that's a little bit of behind the scenes there. Not behind the scenes, but a little bit of, you know, hopefully you know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to read comments and and answer questions. You just joined. Welcome in. Hello. We're talking about the Flip, another Q&A stuff. I've been using the Flip alongside the Go Gen 2. I think they are just very similar in overall image quality. Well, they are plastic lens cameras, so there's that. So keep that in mind. Both of them, they don't have glass or anything like that. And actually, even the i2 doesn't have glass. I don't know, maybe. Sometimes if I don't shave my beard or trim it, or I should say when I do trim my beard, it looks like I lost 20 pounds. But I have been definitely trying to lose some weight. Definitely been on a diet. I definitely want to get the purple Gen 2 so bad. And I've seen it at Target yesterday. It's on sale for $10 off, and it comes with a pack of film, so it's 70 bucks. I almost bought it, but I'm like, I already got a blue one, but I do want that purple one. It's pretty cool. I don't think so. I think the One Step 2 is better for a few reasons. But just one reason alone, there's less things happening in the camera on the Gen or the One Step 2 to cause an image to go wrong. What I mean by that is there are 4 lenses in the Flip, right? And it chooses the best one for the scenario or the situation or the scene. And on paper, that sounds awesome, right? And 99% of the time, it's gonna be great. But there's that small percentage that it could miss, and you get a blurry photo or not sharp photo. In general, it could still be fine. Like when I just showed you, it was fine, but it did miss. It did miss the or choose the wrong lens, and that costs money. That shot costs you like $3 these days. Now with the One Step 2, on the other hand, it's a fixed lens. That's it, one lens, nothing else to go wrong. So when you stand in that spot and you take that picture, you know it's going to be the right focus. And if you screw it up, that's just your fault because you were just too close. It's got to back up. So that's one reason I would say it's a little bit better. And I don't know the One Step 2 Stranger Things specifically, because I've used other ones and they seem fine, but I know the Stranger Things one was the final version. They did updates through of the One Step 2 over the course of like a couple of years, and that was the last one they ever did. So they made some tweaks. I think they put a different coating over the lens, and they improved the flash, and they add the viewfinder, which was on the other ones. But the exposures on that I just get stellar exposures on that thing, unlike anything else. Any modern one after it, the Nows, which the regular Now, pretty good. Now Pluses, the Gen 1 and 2, absolute trash. If you have it, throw it in the dumpster, throw it down the garbage disposal, get yourself the Gen 3. It definitely is better. But the One Step 2, it just outperforms all of those. They're phenomenal, like absolutely phenomenal photos. So I still say so. The One Step Plus, I use it every day, love it. The one thing about the One Step Plus is that when you use exposure comp on that camera, it means business. That thing will darken your shot, which can be good. If you're outside on a sunny day, direct harsh sunlight, and you go on the darken, the -1 on that, whoo, baby, that will darken your image. It works, but sometimes it's not so great because you might get a too dark of an image. The Flip is missing one thing, light pain. Yeah, right. Yeah, I noticed that too. I don't understand it. It's weird. There's a bulb mode, but the lighting paint. Yeah, and I believe even in the Now Plus Gen 3 there isn't one. I have like 2 or 3 year old film. What's your process when shooting the expired film? Just shoot it. Just shoot it. And the thing is, I've said this a lot. I slip up even now. But I'm trying to get in the habit of changing the misconception of expired Polaroid film. Because if you look at the box, it doesn't say when it expires. It's just a matter of when it will stop working. And Polaroid claims that you'll get the best results within that first year of its production date. But that doesn't mean it'll be bad, right? Afterwards, they could. I mean, I still shoot. Well, the oldest I'm still shooting a Stranger Things film. I took it to New York and shot some, and it all worked. And that stuff was from 2019, right? So the process of shooting it is simply just shoot it. You know, storage is a big one with it. So if you find some film that may be like approaching its quote lifespan of 1 year, just throw it in a fridge. It will definitely prolong it a lot longer. I only have the Polaroid Go Gen 2, but I want a normal size film, but I don't know what camera to buy, or maybe when I get the Lab. Well, it depends on your style. The Lab definitely is underrated. People push it off as not, it gets a bad rep. I use it for stuff, for being creative. I did a series, not planned, but here it is. I need to keep doing them, but where I replicate like Polaroids I've seen in like TV shows and movies. Like here's one from The Office. I replicate, even though I'm pretty sure these ones were technically Spectrafilm in the show, but if I see them in movies, I'll start recreating them, and the only way to do that is with the Polaroid Lab. But if you were looking to buy a bigger or like a regular size Polaroid camera, get a Polaroid now. Honestly, all the cameras on the shelf right now, because they've phased out the Gen 2s and now it's all Gen 3s, any of those are going to do a good job. The Polaroid Flip, it's not a bad camera. I've gotten mixed results just based off of other cameras that I've used, like an older camera, things like that. Like some of those are actually a little bit better in my personal opinion, but this doesn't mean this is a bad camera. It's not. It depends on your budget. I mean, this is $200. This isn't even mine. It's on loan. But if you're looking for a list of cameras, I do have a link in the description to the cameras I recommend, as well as if you search my channel, every year I do a best cameras to buy for the next going into the next year. So I update that every single year. There's a video of that. Consider checking it out. It breaks everything down from Instax to Polaroid. I also just released a masterclass, a second one. So if you're interested in that, link in the description. Did Polaroid Go Gen 2 just release this year? Last year. Gen 2 came out last year. And Polaroid was kind of forced to release Gen 2s in general of their cameras because of the EU mandate of USB Type-C, and all their cameras were micro USB. So if they were wanting to manufacture any new cameras, they had to update it. So they just did a marketing campaign as, hey, look, a brand new camera, new colors, and a new charge port. But they did that with a Gen 2 Polaroid Go, and I think they actually tweaked that one because I do get better exposures from that than the Gen 1, I feel. Could be in my own head, but I've used both. I own both. Yes, they just looked up Polaroid Go is so pretty. Oh, the purple one. Yes, purple one. I want it. Looks great. There is a purple lavender full-size Gen 2 now, but that's now discontinued. Any idea if the app for Gen 3 has bulb mode for long exposure at nights? So bulb mode, yeah, that's in the app. You have to use the app for that. Can you make photos with a Polaroid in humid area? So for high humidity, yes and no. Polaroid is very finicky on when to shoot, unfortunately. Hot temperatures, you get, well, I can show you. I was out yesterday shooting. You know, you get stuff like this. Why is it so big? Oh, what the frick? There we go. You'll get color shifts in your photos. They'll be like purple and pink. Sometimes it's kind of cool. That works out, but not always. Like this one I just was showing. That's from the hot temperatures. Humidity can definitely play a factor on it as well. I have in my masterclass, I break all that down more in depth. If you want to check it out, link is in the description. I go over lots of scenarios on how to shoot outside on sunny days, overcast days, snow, cold, all that. Any idea? I love the look expired film gives. My best work is on that. It does give a good look, but only if you know that it's expired. You should be paying full price. My best work is on that. I was buying film whenever I had extra money. Ended up having some film that I could shoot. I also am very picky with my shots. Yeah, you shouldn't be buying up like and paying full price for expired film. Now, with that said, if it's like a special frame, a lot of those become very sought after. Like there's Disney ones. I want to say this is going crazy. I think the last time I saw one of those sell, it was over, I want to say it's close to $200 for a pack of that Disney film. Yeah, some of those can go for a lot of money, but it's all quotes expired. It's not really though, because we don't know when it goes bad. It's just a matter of when it stops working. The Nabasco edition turns out really nice. I do have one pack that I need to shoot. I shot it side by side with the Mandalorian edition and it beat it out for color rendering. Nice. I have one pack and I need to shoot it. I also picked up some of the MoMA film at the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York on this last trip. I didn't shoot it though. I have it in the fridge. I'm actually saving some of those for that little series that I was doing, which was a nod or a copy of technically my client, Deep Pocket Monster. Actually, I have the coin right here. Is should I keep it? Should I open it or keep it sealed? I did that with the Polaroid film. I started doing it on. I've done like 2 videos I think so far, and it's pretty fun. Or it's just like kind of like a parody of it. And so I was going to shoot all those special frames for that series. So I just need to do it soon. But the weather is great outside. Except it's really hot. And Polaroid film doesn't do great in hot temperature. Instax film, however, like yesterday, check this out. Boom. I like that shot, actually. But like stuff like this. Boom. It was like, you couldn't tell this was 90 degrees outside. But Polaroid film, you can. Want to go black and white film. Pfft, I want them to do literally anything they do for the Go, which is very little. Why isn't there colored frames for Go? And I'm not talking about the purple or the blue frames. I'm talking about the variety pack like they do for the regular size colored frames. Are you kidding me? That seems like a no-brainer. Why wouldn't they have that? I want other style cameras. Literally anything for the Go. They're dropping the ball on that drastically. They need to fix that. Oops, I meant I would buy them from retailers and just took forever to go through my pack. Oh, actually, I do that too. I got a fridge full. I just released a video about that actually, not too long ago. I mean, in Darwin, the store in Moldova, they still have one Polaroid now, Mandalorian. Really? Even if on their site it says sold out, they still have it now. Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, and double the price. Oof. The Mandalorian camera, that might be worth picking up depending on the price. I think. Let's take a look. I am curious now. I am curious. Let me pull this up. We can share this together. Come on now. Come on now. Okay. Polaroid and now Mandalorian. Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe not. I thought that one went for a bunch. I think retail for this is $120. Okay. Fun fact though, if you ever look anything up on eBay, always go check sold listings. See what people are paying. Dang, 45 bucks. Oh, it's pre-owned. I thought it was sealed, but still, never mind. I thought this camera was worth a lot more than this. Typically the special ones of these cameras go for a bunch. I know the film still goes for a bunch. But that's actually a pretty good deal. Usually they're about 60 bucks for a single pack. So this person got a pretty good deal. I still have a couple in the fridge. Yeah, 50 bucks. Yeah, for just one. However, there isn't the show out right now. That once the show, the new season comes out, that's a possibility. Same thing with Stranger Things. If you ever want to get this camera, now's the time. Now is the time. Whew. That's what the sold listings are going for. If you're looking for, 25 bucks for the pack. Dang, I missed out. But the new season's coming. And last time when the season came out for season 4, this camera spiked to nearly $1,000. And it stayed that way for at least a year. Now it's at a low point. So if you're looking for this camera, now is the time to get it, because season 5 is just around the corner. It's coming out in November. This is a real photo of. Oh no, it's not. It's a fake Polaroid photo. Why is it $100? How'd they get that? What's this from? Brooklyn show. Polaroid print given out. 1 of 30. Maybe one of the shows. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. I was curious to see what that was. But yeah, if you're looking to get one of these, now is the time to get one. Because they will be popping really soon. And they typically stay for a little while. Been blessed with a cool summer here in New Mexico. Great for outdoor shooting. Lucky. Ours hasn't been too bad. Right now, let's see, it's 78 right now. It is a good temperature for Polaroid, but that's like the max. Once you hit in the 80s, woo! You gotta go out there with a cooler to keep that film nice and chilled. Which I meant to do yesterday, but I forgot to freeze my ice packs. I got to put them back in the freezer, so I didn't have them. So I wasn't able to keep them chilled off. PSA, when ordering on Polaroid site, make sure you see how many points you have. I have saved money with my points. Yes, you build points with Polaroid, and you're able to use those points in to exchange for film. When I bought the Polaroid or Polaroid i2 from them. Oh boy, because I paid full price for that. Actually, I paid more than full price. I was leaving for a trip to Ohio to film season 4 of the Halloween special. They announced the camera and I paid overnight shipping, but they did not ship that freaking camera for like 4 days, and it showed up the night, basically the night before I was leaving. So I was wanting to bring that with me so I can shoot the full review. That would have been bad if it didn't show up. But anyway, all I have to say is I paid $600 plus like $80 in shipping plus tax. So I paid over $700 for the well, shoot, yeah, something like that. But the plus side of it was I got a lot of points, and so I was able to like get free film for like a little while. No, in the store, I think the Mandalorian is 200, I think. Woof. Woof. Yeah, I would leave that alone. That's expensive. However, if Mandalorian comes back, because actually now I'm thinking about it, I think they're doing a movie instead. I don't think it's coming back as a show. I'm not even gonna look at it. Never mind. It's irrelevant. But once the hype starts building back up, all that stuff starts going up in price. But so something to keep in mind. It's a great way to to fund your the hobbies. I did videos on that years ago. I haven't done one in a long time, but like buying and selling Polaroid cameras can be a great way to fund your the hobby. Because I remember I bought a giant lot off this guy off Facebook, from a Facebook group. It was like $400, I want to say, but it had like 20 packs of film. It was a little bit older. It was like approaching expiration, quotes, end quotes, because but it came with a the camera I still use to this day, converted SX70. Like, it's my main one. And then ironically enough, it was the Mandalorian. No, it wasn't. It was the black. It was the black now, regular black now. And then the lens kit from Mint. I think the flash, a couple other things. I sold but like some of the other cameras and stuff, and basically got everything else for free. So that's a great way to fund this expensive hobby. Just searching around, looking for those types of things and sell it. Sometimes you can even make some money. I cashed in and got $50. Nice. When I bought the flip and film. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Even though Polaroid deleted my account. I had to start a new one. So I lost all my points. I don't know what happened, but sorry, I got a message. I don't know what happened, but yeah, Polaroid had deleted. I was in Japan. I was trying to buy the Reclaim Green had come out, and I was trying to buy it while I was in Japan, and my account didn't exist. I'm like, what? The account that I had since like 2020 or whatever. And yeah, so I had to make a new account and start afresh. I think I had about $50 in coupons. Yeah, but lost it all. Lost it all. But yeah, the flip, going back to this, we went off a little tangent. The flip video part 2 real world review is being worked on right now. I'd say it's probably finished filming the main part, the actual real world part. Should be nearly done, if not already. So be on the lookout for this in the next, maybe next week or so. But if you're looking to buy it for yourself, I just don't see it as it being like that worth it. So if you already have like a Now camera, or even the Now Plus, like Gen 3 specifically, or a 1-step plus, I don't see it as an upgrade to purchase. I would say skip. But if you don't have any camera and you're just starting into this, then yeah, I totally would recommend it. It's not something I'd tell people not to buy. I just don't know if it'd be worth it. I think it's a little overhyped and honestly a little too expensive. $200 seems it's a little high. Especially with the Now Plus Gen 3 being what, 150, 140 or something like that. It seems like unnecessary, but that's just my thoughts. Polaroid does love me. No. Polaroid doesn't make it easy for Chris to love them. Well, I mean, that's the thing. People think I hate them. I don't hate them. I honestly just don't. I don't really necessarily care what they have to say about me. I used to. Not anymore. Not for a while. Because I realized that what I'm doing is actually helping the community. It was very apparent when the Gen 3 Now Plus came out. I was like, oh, interesting. They fixed it. And they're advertising how better the exposure is versus the previous one. Would they have done that if I hadn't been making my videos and tests and reviews of that camera? I don't know, but maybe not. So even that maybe is enough for me to be like, yeah, I am serving the community. I'm doing something right. I just don't think it's cool of them to have, you know, done what they've done, taken your money and told you like, oh, just embrace the chaos. Get out of here. So anyway, before I dig my hole even deeper with them, yeah, they're whatever. I really don't care, honestly. Now, would I like to work with them? Sure, I would, but I just don't see that happening. Yes, I remember before they redid their point system on Polaroid's website, I ended up getting the 1set Plus for like $30. Dang, that's a deal. Obviously, this was when it came out after they would allow me to stack. Interesting. That is pretty good deal though. Pretty good. It is nighttime here, and it is 28 degrees Celsius. Thank you for putting the 80th, because I would not have known what that meant. 80 degrees. That's probably the maximum you'd want to go out and shoot Polaroid. The temperature. I wouldn't. I mean, 85 maybe, but I wouldn't push it past that. Otherwise, you're gonna start getting those color shifts. Just gotta love the Flip's design though. I don't know. It's all right. The one thing I don't like about it, and I did point it out in my in-depth review already that you can watch right now, they kind of squished it down, and when you try to look through the viewfinder, it hits your cheek before, you can't actually see through the viewfinder. You have to like tilt your head inward. It's very uncomfortable. And I don't like the fact that I can't pre-frame. I have to actually flip it up and it turns on. Then I can look through it. I don't know. Nitpicky. But it's nice that this flips and covers up the lens. But guess what? The Sun 660 already exists. And you can buy that camera for like 20 bucks off Facebook Marketplace. Don't buy it from Retrospect, because they are ripping you off. Sorry, Retrospect. I just call it how it is. I think they sell for like $150, $200. But that camera, I compared it to this in the real world review. Caleb and I went out and shot with it yesterday, and spoiler alert, the Sun 660 kicked its booty. The Flip did not outperform it. So, and that camera is like 40 years old too. Something to keep in mind. I love that you don't care or crack under Polaroid's pressure. I remember when the Flip and it was being pedestalized everywhere. Exactly. Guess who got it? Influencers. They got pre-releases, or they got to keep it. And guess what? Polaroid, when they release that type of stuff, a lot of time you have to get the approval before it goes out. They have to pre-watch it, and not always, but some cases that's how it is. And yeah, they send it to people that aren't instant photography shooters, except for one. But when they get their hands on it, of course they're gonna love it. Like, oh, it's fun. I get a photo, take a picture. Well, their target audience they're trying to target the everyday people, which is good. We need those people in our community, right? We need those people to come in and enjoy shooting instant photography, because that just means more money is being flowed into the companies producing the film. We don't need new cameras. We need to keep the film around, because no film, well, you can't use the cameras you got, right? And if somebody that doesn't know anything about instant photography, and they go out and they take a picture, right? And it looks like this. Shoot, it keeps going big, right? And it looks like this, right? they're probably going to be like, wow, okay, all right, it's vintage, right? It's vintage. Okay. Where's another one? I don't have it. Like this one. It's all right. It's maybe not the greatest, right? They might get discouraged and say, I paid 20 some bucks and got that. And that might not be something that they want to continue to purchase. So when Polaroid is very strategic of who they send the cameras to. So it makes sense why they wouldn't send it to me, right? Because I would point all that out. All of it. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. And so then that might discourage people from buying it. And then Polaroid only cares about their bottom line, right? It's their business. They need to make money. And I get that. But longevity, I don't think they're thinking that far ahead. They're thinking about right now. And so the people that got cameras, yeah, they're not instant photography shooters. So they're just the casual people. No shade to them, because there's some great creators that got it. Kai, for example, love that guy from Digital Rev back in the day. Maybe he got the now. Well, maybe he got the. I know he got the i2. I think he got the flip. I'm pretty sure he got the flip. But he's a great creator. I love that guy. But does he know instant photography? Not very much. So yeah, he's only going to have I'm going to shoot this, take a picture. Here it is. This is pretty cool. Like and subscribe. Doesn't really help, right? As a buyer, doesn't tell you much about it. Anyway, that's my here's another tangent. Oh yeah, you're saying I don't crack under the pressures. Yeah, well, if they did ask me, I would just say like, hey, I'm gonna make the video and I'm gonna make it make it honest. No, that's not the case. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. Or should I flip that? I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I think that's a better way of saying it. I still recommend it. It's not bad enough for me to say, don't buy it. I just don't know if it's worth upgrading to if you already have other cameras. If you're just starting and you want a little bit of extra, like settings and options, then I would recommend it in that scenario. That's the right way to say it. Can't wait to see the flip for 660. Yeah, it's just a quick one. It's not like it's not the whole video is not about that. That's a section of it. We went out yesterday and we shot some side-by-side things, just a handful of photos. I think 4 or 5 shots. Yeah, and then of course you'll see. You'll see. I was at a local car show with the SX7600 modified and let some folks take photos with it, and the responses were so much fun to watch. Yeah, because guess what? The SX70 has proper metering. You can take some epic stellar shots, right? And when people see those, they're like, oh my gosh, I never knew an instant camera could do that, right? So because they're so used to like the modern day cameras where they're all overexposed and stuff. Imagine if they could see what it could be, and that could sway them into getting more involved, flushing that money into Polaroid's pocket, flushing it into even Instax's, Fuji's pockets. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm actually trying to help them. Yes, you and Instant Film Guy are the two I know always call in retrospect under overpriced and horribly restored. I wouldn't say, I've never said they're horribly restored. Never once. And so the thing about my channel is, if you're a long time viewer, you can probably back me up on this. Or call me out. If I'm talking about something, it will always be on my firsthand experience and things that I have either witnessed or tried myself. I don't go around and just blatantly, blindly, or misinform, people saying things about like, oh, retrospect, terrible. Oh, bad repairs. When I myself have never used their services. I've never used their services, so I have no opinion or no information to provide when it comes to them on their services. Sometimes I will say, like when people directly ask me, I I give up, give that statement, right? Give that little disclaimer. And then I might follow it up with saying, like, in the community, I have been told on live streams or DMs with screenshots and blah, 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 right? Those types of things. Some of their experiences. But when it comes to me specifically, my channel is about my transparency on what I've done, what I've used, what I find to be what's best, right, for the community, because I really do put you guys first. I try to the best I can. Sometimes I fall short and I try to fix it. But I've never once said retrospect is bad or what'd you say? Horribly restored cameras. Now, I'm not saying that you are saying that I'm saying that, but I do want to get that put out there and say that. Now, there was brief talks with me and Retrospect a few months ago. I should probably follow back up about me potentially going out to their facilities and touring and interviewing and seeing the process of what they do. The only thing I did have said with them is, and I actually do talk about Retrospect in this video, because we talk about the Sun 660 and how Retrospect does overprice their cameras. However, the only thing that I really enjoy and definitely recommend people buying from them are their collab cameras, their custom cameras. They build those from, well, they're in the internals are vintage, but they literally injection mold new cases, new shells. Those cameras, fantastic, awesome. I own 2 of those cameras. I have the Mickey one, and I have a Cam Jazz. Actually, it's one of the early ones before they did rehousing and reshelling of cameras. Those cameras are totally worth it, super cool, and they become collector's items and actually are worth a lot of money in the long run. So those are worth it for sure. But I just want to get that out there, make that statement there. I've never used Retrospect's services, so I don't really have an accurate statement to make on them. I agree, it's just okay. I was tempted to get the Loma wide glass, but I was worried about Lomography quality control. I've used 2 of Lomography's wide glasses. The one they sent me for the review to try, did not get to keep it. And I loved it so much. After I sent it back, I bought one. And that one is perfect. Love it. Favorite camera of this year alongside the Polaroid Go Gen 2. I took it out yesterday, even did a little comparison. Here's a shot I took. Oh, I like that shot. It's kind of cool. This one was shot with the Loma wide glass as well. Fan-freaking-tastic. Where's another one? I mean, these are just kind of okay ones. But if you check out my Instagram, I got some of the good ones. These were just the ones I shot yesterday. Found this tank. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Loma wide glass. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I wasn't sure between Flip or Now. See, it depends. If you don't have a camera, like I said, if you don't have anything, maybe the Flip is good if you have the budget. If you have the budget, it's $200 versus the Now, which you can get a Now regular, what, 120, 100, something like that. It just depends. That's Gen 3. I want the Polaroid Lab to create photos from Life is Strange, but Polaroid Now Gen 3 in purple. Yeah. Well, what I would do, I would buy the camera itself, and then check out like Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, whatever resale sites you can find, and then buy a lab there. You can get those for pretty cheap. Yeah, that's what I would do. Over and Instant Film Guy says that they are horribly. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you under the bus. Oh no, it's okay. I really didn't think you were. I just wanted to clarify. Yeah, I've seen posts from I can't remember his name. Instant Film Guy. What's his name? Jake. I got there. I do like a year or so ago. I did see him like blast Retrospect in some Facebook groups, and which I didn't think was cool because he didn't read the fine print. Well, it wasn't even fine print. can't remember what he was buying from them, but it was a kit of some kind, like a DIY thing. And he bought it and was saying how he had to assemble it or something. And I was like, what? And actually, I rarely do this, but it's because of my YouTube channel. I try to stay out of all that stuff. I don't comment a lot on public forums. But I did on that one in defense of Retrospect, just because I felt what he was doing was not cool. And if you just read the description of what it was, he got exactly what he bought, and he was saying he didn't. I just thought it was gosh, I wonder if that's what group that was in. I wonder if we can go back and actually search his post. I didn't think it was cool. Chris only applies judgment if he has personally had experience with the product. Always been that way. Exactly. I always feel that's just the great lesson for life. Don't pass judgment. I mean, I try not to judge individuals in general, right? I don't just say you're a terrible person. I mean, good people can make bad decisions sometimes. Yeah, I just try to try things out, educate, research, fact check. Don't take things as fact, right? If you hear something for the first time, don't be like, oh wow, I didn't know that. And then then you're gonna tell all your friends, right, without actually finding out if it was true in the first place. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and I tell people this too. You watch my videos, right? You see what I do. Don't take my word for it. Either test it on your own, or go watch other people's videos too and take a comparison. Don't just blindly watch my channel or somebody else's channel, especially for buying decisions. Now you can have your favorites and the ones that you do trust based off of your own research, and moving forward, you'd be like, yeah, I trust this guy or girl on this camera review because I've watched so many of their other stuff and I've experienced, firsthand after buying the camera that they were accurate in their statements. They're honest. Then after that, then I might be able to start taking what they're saying, factual. But even then, to a point, quality control. At once that, for instance, Polaroid makes something. Oh, this works. They should 100 photos down the line, right, on the factory. They're going to do another test, and then they're going to see if it's different or not. You'd think so, anyway. They're fact checking themselves in a way, or keeping themselves honest in a way. That's kind of what you have to do in business, but it just seems sometimes with Polaroid film. I know this is completely another tangent, but actually, you know what? I'm gonna stop there. I'm not gonna say anymore. Move on. Moving along. Do you find Instax to be softer and cooler shots? Yes, but I don't know about softer. It depends on what camera you're using. Hang on. I did get a message. I need to check something. Because remember, I was supposed to go see that movie. Oh, cool. I'm seeing Megan 2 at 6:50 tonight. But it looks like I'm going over to my sister's place beforehand. Anyway. Policon Denton. It is coming up in September. And since we're still here, I'll let you guys know a little sneak peek. Can't tell much. Can't really say anything more because it's still being planned. Details are being worked out. Blah 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 blah. But there is another. I'm doing another event. I'm partnering up with some individuals. Can't really say who yet. I'm afraid to say who, to be honest, because I don't want to get in trouble. But I'm doing another event. It'll be here in Portland, 2-day event this time. And yeah, that's all I really can say at the moment. So if you're wanting to come out to one of my other ones, then I've got one. I'm gonna be working on one. What position did I play in high school? That's a question. So I made the fatal mistake of casually, before practice starting, just successfully snapping a ball to a quarterback just for goofing off. Snapped the ball. Coach saw it, and it was like, "Oh, you're a center now, because you can snap a ball," and the person they had could not. So I got stuck as a center. I wanted to be a fullback. So I was fullback in practice. For defense practice or whatever, and I was good at it. I could take hits like no other. But the coach was like, "Nope, you're a center." I was too small then, but that's what I played. I was a center. Well, it's like for the most of my high school career, it was a center. I did play a little right guard and defensive tackle. I was linebacker for a brief moment. I got 2 interceptions during the game as that once, and they were like, "Nope, putting you back on the D line." I mean, why I got 2 interceptions? That didn't make any sense. Anyway, still ride my one wheel. Not really. A few months ago, I actually put it up for sale. It feels weird because I love that thing, but I kind of need the money. I don't really ride it that much. I kind of miss it, but I kind of don't. I've crashed on it a few times. Had some close calls on it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's not worth it. I like your videos. You're honest. I try to be. I really do. Sometimes I'm too honest. It gets me in trouble. I will try take a photo of a blue morph butterfly in a greenhouse. Oh, okay. Not sure what that exactly means. But yeah, right tackle. I think I played right tackle a little bit too. The freshman year. But I was mostly center. Mostly the center. And in special teams, I was a returner. I don't know why they put me there. Like, I'm good at short sprints, not long. But man, could I take hits? Yeah. I kind of miss football, but I kind of don't. I was kind of over it, mostly because of the coaching. It was terrible. I almost quit once. Coaches were terrible. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say, yeah, so the event I'm doing, I was going to do another event anyway this year. I was approached by a couple people, mostly just one, and they wanted me to do an event here in partnership with another event. That's the details I'm trying to work out, because I don't want to say something out right now that might not be true later. And then, because I don't know if this person technically has permission to even ask what they asked me to do in partnership. So I'm only telling you now because it's going to be in September and it's not that far away. So if it happens, it will be towards the beginning of September and out in Portland. So I just want to give you guys a little heads up about it. I mean, I'm pretty excited for it and I really want to do it. But I really want to make sure we have the proper permissions and blessings to do this. Otherwise, I'm still going to probably do my own. I was hoping to do my own in August. So I still might do a small one out here in Portland again. Actually, this one might be in Vancouver, Washington. Over the bridge from Portland. So we'll see. But I am pretty excited. Doing events are fun. Stoked for the new Black Keys vinyl. I think you just mean the album in general. Yes, I have been enjoying the songs they've already pre-released. Super good. I was -6 in 1984. -6. Fun fact for you there. Fun fact. But yeah, outside of the flip video that I've been shooting, I need to get this back over to the person that sent this to me, which I may have misplaced the box. I think I know where it's at. Hopefully they didn't want it back. I think I know where it's at. I'm pretty sure I know where it's at. But this has to go back. It's on loan. It's not mine. But it's been interesting shooting with it. But outside of that video, I do have a New York trip video that I need to... I've been editing. I need to finish it. I was there at the beginning of the month. That was a fun one. Walked the streets, did a little street photography, went to my first Broadway show, shot some expired quotes, remember? Stranger Things film at the Stranger Things on Broadway. The first shadow. That was fun. And then I introduced you to Gregory, which I already introduced him. He was on the podcast. He's up there somewhere. He's right. Oh, it's backwards. Right there. That's Gregory. He super cool. He let me say his place in Upper West Side Manhattan. That was pretty cool. He opened his own studio. So yeah, it's a whole like vlog, street photography, little adventure. I returned to TWA to hopefully reshoot the Retnex film, because last time I was there it was overcast, terrible conditions to shoot instant photography, and yeah, so we make the return. Going to be pretty cool. And fun fact, yes, thank you for leaving this comment. Will you make a video about the Polaroid speaker? I have a small one. Yes, I will. And in fact, is my camera set up? Do I have this button? Let me see. Hang on. Let me show you. You're about to see a weird shot, a messy shot. It's gonna look. Oh, wait, the lights are not on, so bear with me. You can see the speaker on the bottom left. There's the speaker. I am actually going to do a video on it. And it's going to be titled, "We Were Wrong, Guys." That thing's awesome. In fact, it's so awesome, I bought 2 of them. And actually, let me see. If you're interested in this, check this out. Check this out. Hang on, freaking Windows. I have an ultra wide monitor, which is amazing, but it makes it so difficult to screen capture for live streams and other things. Let's go Polaroid P4. Yep. All right, I'll leave this link for you guys. Here it is. This was $300, by the way, and it's on sale right now for $45. I own 2 of them. Literally just bought one in June 4th. This a month or so ago. Now, if there's only 13 left, and I'm going to give you my little affiliate link. You guys buy the speaker. This way Polaroid will actually be able to give me like a few pennies. I'll leave it in the chat if you guys want to get it. Only $45. Check that out. Use that link. But yeah, I'm actually going to do a video on this. Is the black one cheaper? No, it's the same price. And if you have 2 of them, you can connect them together wirelessly. And it sounds awesome. And it's built-in battery. It's pretty sweet. I highly recommend it. But anyway, I'm only going to do a video on this one. I'm not going to do it on the P1 like you had asked, that little small one. Funny enough, though, the other speakers are more expensive. But here's the P3. The P3, the one below it, is $50. Oh, the P1 is that a case? I think that's a case. I don't even see a P1 available to purchase. I think it's discontinued. Yeah, it's just wait, there it is. It's so Polaroid doesn't actually have it for sale anymore. Oh, there is one. Yeah, it's more expensive. It's $47. Yeah, no. Yeah. I would get it. Any thoughts on the Polaroid Bluetooth speakers? I have a P3, P4. Yeah, I just talked about them. Great. I mean, I haven't used the other ones. P4, other than that, fantastic. It's actually not. The P3 isn't, apparently. Because I looked that up at the time. The P4 is the flagship one. Yeah, we can finish reading your comment, actually. I really like them both. Like the idea of the music app, NFC Connect, the speakers, but needs more time curating better music. I don't know if they will, because they're discontinued the speakers. The app is still available, but they're not. The speakers are done. They're not making them anymore. Yeah. The P4 is the largest one. It's their flagship. It was originally $299.99. I got mine for $20. Which one? The P4 or the P1? Well, I don't know. Let's actually take a look at this. We'll wrap up this live stream on this, actually, because I need to wrap this up. I'm trying to do an hour live streams, and I'm past it now. I get to talking. This one does look bigger, but I think it's not. Let's go to Polaroid P3 versus P4. This is outdated, but apparently this one might have originally been $170 This is 210. This was 300. I know that for sure. The P3 and P4 are Bluetooth speakers with similar build quality, but the P4 has a bigger bass. The P4 is louder than the P3. Both speakers feature a volume dial, USB-C charging. Okay, yeah. So the P4 is the flagship one. Yeah. P3 speaker review. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 300. I think the other one was 200 or something like that. Anyway, speakers. That's my thoughts on the speakers. I'd say they're worth it. They're actually worth it, surprisingly. Never thought I'd say it. But the speakers, pretty cool. What is that? Oh, I see. Okay. I think YouTube now has I've never seen this before. I'm looking at your guys' chat. So I use a different chat for this where I can push your comments on screen. I'm looking in the actual YouTube studios. They now have like comment rewards, like crowns. What is that? Oh, you guys are earning XP. Oh, like top fan stuff. That's new. That's fun. Oh man, I meant to do okay. All right. This is what we're gonna wrap up on. I teased this last time, but I'm gonna need your guys' help for this. The next live stream, I'm gonna need your help, and it's gonna be literally beneficial for you on this. Speaking of the event, I just got a text message from those people. Okay, I gotta check into that. But I need your guys' help. The next live stream, let's see. I want to make a schedule of this, so I'm gonna say tentatively next Friday. Could I do it this Friday? I'll do it next Friday because I need to prep this. Next Friday, I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need you to tune in because I got something special planned, and this is going to be an experiment, not only for the Just Another Chris YouTube channel, but something that I'm going to hopefully be able to pitch and do over on this other channel that it's looking like I might be the new producer of. Not officially yet. We've had some strong talks. It's over for the Pokemon card channel, for Card Party actually, but not official. So we're still talking, but I have an idea that I want to do over there and over here, but I'm going to use this as kind of an experiment. So I need your help. Show up next Friday for your chance to win prizes. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to contact two of the content creator friends I have in this space. I know quite a few. I'm going to have them call in essentially, and we're going to play a game. I want to start creating a weekly structured show where the first like 10 minutes or so of it is this week in Polaroid or this week in instant photography. Things that are happening, little news things, maybe product releases, maybe events that are happening, other creators and stuff that they're doing. There's some news type things that are happening, and that switches over into maybe a brief Q&A about some stuff, and then the main show where it's a game. I'm thinking we'll play Family Feud, where we have let's say Noptop, classic, good friend of mine. Maybe Sweet Lou Photography can come on. We have two of them. They're battling it out on Family Feud, where the winner wins a big old prize that's then given away on their YouTube channel. Something like that. Or maybe sometimes it'll be literally maybe one of you specifically. One of you could come on, play some games, and win prizes. I just think that'd be super fun, right? Full structured show, hosted, would be by me, obviously, all that sort of thing. What do you guys think? Is that cool? Would you be interested in that? Let me know, because I think that would be just so much fun. The prizes would be cameras, maybe Amazon gift cards so you can use on film or whatever else you want, zines, I don't know, other random stuff. Ooh, like neck straps, maybe, or maybe just one big prize pack. I don't know. I think it'd be really fun. So be on the lookout on like Instagram, probably maybe even on the YouTube community tabs, because I'll be posting. I'll be getting the questions right with the, because you know how Family Feud works, where it's like name the suit colors. I don't know. It's what's the best instant camera? How about that? And then you list the best cameras, and I'll take the numbers based on whatever. You know how Family Feud works. I think that'd be pretty fun. I want to start doing some fun gamifying over here, where you guys can win some cool things, hang out, have a good time, and just be entertained. I don't know. I think it'd be really cool. Love your thoughts on it. And that is where I think we're going to wrap up today. Do I have my button? I might have my button. Yes, enjoy Megan 2. Thank you very much. I will. We're actually not seeing it until later tonight, but it's gonna be really cool. Hopefully you're not hearing the Discord beeps. But either way, we're wrapping up. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this little extra long live stream, and a little insight as to what's to come with the Polaroid FLIP video and other stuff that's coming down the pipeline. I'm pretty excited. It's gonna be a good time. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Now get out there, make some art.